It's news time.
Sure. I guess we're back. It's news time, according to Clay. And Clay, we've got a lot of bummers on the list.
We do.
How about we start with some good Pokemon news?
I like good Pokemon news, especially when that Pokemon news is a beautiful Ponyta.
Yes. I am looking forward to. So, last time on ClubCast, which is the title of this program, which I don't think we said at the beginning. Welcome to ClubCast.
This is ClubCast news.
Last time on ClubCast. Oh, also, since we break these out into videos, you should probably be like, hey, I'm Daniel. This is Clay.
I am again.
Welcome to Video Game Book Club News, part of the ClubCast.
Yes.
ClubCast. But anyways, last time, Clay, I believe someone was announced called Sirfetch'd. Which you immediately claimed, and you were like, I'm going to get Pokemon Sword, Daniel. You've got to get Shield, because Shield sucks. But now, Clay, who is the fool?
I mean, your Ponyta's going to evolve at some point. Have you seen Rapidash yet?
Yeah, and it's going to be, then it's going to go from a cute little My Pony horse to a sexy, furry horse. Not that the horse is going to be furry, but it could be a woman in a costume.
Sure.
I think it's really cute.
Oh yeah,
it reminds me not necessarily that they're the same style, but how Vulpix is also a very cute.
Yes.
And
the Alolan Vulpix.
Yeah, the white Vulpix.
Yeah. That's great.
I did not play. Was the last one Sun and Moon?
Yes, the very last one was Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But yes,
cool.
Sun and Moon.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's just say I like Pokemon a lot more than I play Pokemon.
Yeah, it's fair.
But I did Let's Go Eevee, had a great time, and I'm looking forward to this next gen.
Yeah, this one's looking real good. I played X and Y. I played.
Sun you have a more in-depth history than I do.
I never finished either of them, but I did play them. And I'm really looking forward to Sword and Shield.
Yeah, so you said that this was something they did in Sun and Moon, which I didn't know, but there's no HMs in Sword and Shield.
Right.
So that was something they have already done in the past?
Yeah, they did that, I want to say Gen 6 might have been the
I don't know
last
what that
to
means.
have Generation 6. I don't know which games
I know what Gen is short for. Clay, I'm saying I don't know what Gen 6 is.
I don't remember which ones were Generation 6.
What gen are we in now?
This will be 8.
No, we're the millennials.
Oh boy.
This is Gen what?
8?
Oh, okay.
I think it's 8.
Thought you said something else. So they came out. Game Informer's been doing some stories with it because I think that's their cover story for the month. Today actually I think was Sobble Day.
Okay.
Which is I always choose the water starter, and I just don't know about this. No, I don't.
Okay, I don't like Sobble either. I like Scorbunny.
What's the green one?
Neither of those two.
I know, but what's the green one?
There is a computer in front of me.
Hurry,
let me
Google the new Pokemon starters real quick. But anyways, what I was trying to say is they've been doing some stories. One of them was that experience share is going to be automatic now.
Yes.
Which is cool. Which is what they did in. They did it in Let's Go.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. So that was really cool.
There was it was in some other ones, but it was something you had to acquire through the story.
Well, it usually was an equipable. Mm-hmm. So you had to use that Pokemon's item. Here's the thing. I might see what it turns into and like it. Grookey is the green one. I might see what Sobble turns into and like it, but they haven't shown that yet.
Yeah, they haven't showed that evolution.
Nothing will be as good as Wartortle, but whatever.
Wartortle was fantastic.
But so they said experience share. They initially also said there was a quote that there was a major and minor league in the games for the Pokemon gyms, and there was 18 gyms in total.
Nice.
Nintendo the Pokemon Game Freak then put out a new thing saying, oh, no, that's not actually what they meant. Basically just in the world, there's that many gyms, but you're still only going to fight the normal amount of gyms.
Okay.
It's just that one of the games, there will be different gyms in the two games.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
When you're playing Sword, you might have a grass gym for your third gym. Whereas like mine might be like a ghost gym or something. I can't remember what the actual example was.
Yeah,
but
well,
like
I mean,
do you know how like soccer works in the UK? Like they have like the major and the minor leagues, or I don't know what they're actually called, but basically you can like as a minor league you can like win enough, and like I guess if you win that championship you get to go up to the major league. So I think it's that kind of thing where like they can switch places, and they're actually going to have them be switched places in the 2 games.
Yeah.
So like on top of like the exclusive Pokemon like Surfetched and what's the Ponyta's name? Is it just that it is a Galarian Ponyta?
Yeah.
That's kind of lame. That Surfetch is like a new. Is Surfetch just a Galarian Farfetch'd, or is it an actual evolution?
That's a good question.
I thought it was an evolution, but anyways.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool to add that extra difference on top of like different Pokemon that will actually be in the regions as well. I really wanted it to actually be 18 gyms in the game, though.
That would be fantastic. Yeah, 18 gyms.
Why can't I also fight against those minor league gyms?
Mm-hmm. Like, why you should start off in the minor league gyms and have to build up to the major league
the way
gyms.
I thought about it was like in the original Pokemon when you go to the fighting dojo.
Yes.
Like, there's your minor league gym.
Yeah. Or like the Orange Islands in some of them.
What's an Orange Island?
I forget which games was the Orange Islands were in.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But that's kind of something similar.
I remember that being in the anime.
Yes.
Is that an anime thing?
Anime.
Anime?
Anime?
Anime. It's Surfetched, so it's got to be an evolution.
Surfetched
is an evolution of Farfetch'd.
He evolved from Farfetch'd in Galar.
Galar. But
anyway.
I can't remember. Was there anything else about Pokemon?
Autosave.
Autosave. Cool.
That's.
They said
different.
some of the big raid type battles are going to be like the toughest content.
Okay.
The actual quotes on it were like really bizarre because they were like, "Oh yeah, we were gonna call them like group battles, but then we saw where people that played Let's Go or Pokemon Go really liked the raids, so we decided to call them raids."
You mean like everything else calls them raids?
Yeah.
like Destiny has raids.
I mean, any MMO
World of Warcraft has raids.
Yeah, like it was like this, it was just a revolutionary ideal.
Like
to call them
raids been around for a while, there, buddy.
I don't know. I'm really excited. This game's come out next month, right? November.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, and they're gonna.
Are they
gonna show the evolutions before? Or they're gonna be like, nah, that's gonna be a surprise.
I don't know.
Because it's real close, and they showed Sun and Moon's evolutions
like right before or something.
A couple weeks before.
Okay, so they've got like a month.
Yeah.
Do you know what day it comes out? Is it like halfway through or something?
Let's find out.
So they've probably got like 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I would really like to. I hope the game is good, and if I get into it, I would really like to set up a time to be like, "Yo, people on the Discord, fight me."
Yeah, that'd be neat.
I think that would be cool. November 15th is when it comes
if
out.
there's a huge raid.
Yeah, like cooperative. That would be even better. Let's do a raid together. That sounds great. I wonder if it averages your levels out though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's like isn't that like what the Versus and Let's Go does? Like you can play natural or whatever, or you can play the mode that puts everyone at like 50.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Stadium did.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this is like, with this being a console game, if like this kind of excludes ever needing a Pokemon Stadium again. Because they said there's no announcer, which sucks.
Yeah.
Because an announcer would be cool. Like even you say the generic things like Pokemon Stadium, because all that stuff in Pokemon Stadium was super generic.
Oh yeah. Bulbasaur used Vine Whip.
It doesn't even say that.
No, okay.
I think it literally just says like he used a special attack it's
fantastic.
super effective.
Fantastic.
Like there's a very small amount of things that the announcer says in that game. They're all very generic because it just uses the same ones for everything.
Yeah.
So I wonder if like the Versus is going to be good enough to like fulfill that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or if like I don't know. I just wish the reason I was excited about having 18 gems when that quote originally came out was just like the variety that would entail. Yeah. Whereas now where it's like, oh, well, I'm just only going to have 8 because it said like we're just going to have the regular one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would like some sort of continuous, some reason to continually play.
Yeah, and I don't want that reason to be shiny hunting.
No,
because that's not what I'm into. I know we've got some people on our Discord server who do like shiny hunting, and they'll post screenshots of shinies that they found, and it's always like a chain. You have to get chains or whatever, and it's always like a chain of like 200 and something, and like that's cool. I wish I could do that, but I don't have the patience to sit and catch the same Pokemon 200 times.
Something else they said that I just remembered was that they've streamlined, like, you know how like people breed their Pokemon a lot to get the perfect competitive Pokemon?
Yeah.
They've done something, and I don't think they were very specific about what they've done to basically still allow the people to do that, but to also eliminate the need for people to do that.
Nice.
So you're able to be competitive with your Pokemon that you have.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to do that, like if you enjoy doing that, you can do that.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's just that it's like that you can change the nature of your Pokemon, because I know that has a lot to do with like what their stats wind up being.
Yeah.
Like if it's timid or whatever the other ones are. But overall, like everything I've heard about the game makes me excited about it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We talked about the National Dex stuff last time. How it doesn't really. At least me, it does not really bum me out.
No.
Like, I understand the people it does. And, like, if I had that kind of investment, I would be bummed.
Yep. When I first heard about it, I was like, oh, man, that sucks. And I thought about it for a little bit, and it's like, I don't care.
See, like, being on the other side of it, for me, it's actually, like, a good thing, kind of, because...
You get to experience the new ones instead of just being all I want's my Gen 1s.
Yeah. Now, wait till 2 weeks before the game comes out, and they're like, oh, actually, no, you still have to do this other crap to jump through these hoops to get these Pokemon. Yeah. And they're telling me I can't catch them all.
Yeah.
Like, if I can catch them all, let me catch them all.
I want to catch them all.
So, I don't know. I think they'll do a sequel on everybody.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
National Dex
Sword, Shield, and then the third one.
Gun.
Yes, that's the mock-up. Yep.
But anyways, from Pokemon
some happy Pokemon news
to let's go with PlayStation.
Okay.
So we originally put PlayStation on the news because Sean Layden left.
Okay.
Sean Layden has become kind of the face of PlayStation in their last several E3 conferences, even though they didn't have one this year.
Mm-hmm.
After Jack Trenton left.
That's the name I've heard.
Trenton was I think his name. That was his name. He was like the CEO, face of PlayStation at the beginning of the generation.
Okay.
And then he left, and then Sean Layden took over, and it's become much more like, I don't know, like event based, to where instead of here's a showcase of our game, or instead of here's a commercial for our games that is like really good and you guys did a great job. Here is like, hey, we are serious artists at Sony. We're only going to show 4 games this year. And you guys are all going to go to this church, and you're going to listen to this guy play a song on a guitar. Okay. And then we're going to show some Last of Us coverage. Fantastic. And then we're going to transfer you to another room, and the folks at home will get to see some other games. Because it's like when they announced like Resident Evil 2 remake and stuff. Yeah. And then we're going to have this guy come out and play a flute or something,
and then it's Death Stranding,
and then no, it was Ghost of Tsushima. Death Stranding was one of the games, and I can't remember what the 4th game was. But yeah, like that year they showed like 4 games, and they didn't have one the year after that.
That's great.
But it was like much more about the artistry of the games, which like PlayStation has like really knocked it out of the park with the first party games.
Yes, they have.
They're not always the kind of thing that I want to play.
Mm-hmm.
But they've seen tremendous success with the direction they've gone in.
Yep.
And Sean Layden has kind of led that. And now he's out.
Fantastic.
Somebody else somebody became his boss that I can't remember his name right now. But he has been quoted saying some dumb stuff that made him seem incredibly out of touch. And then he got the head job.
Oh, so that's how it works.
They didn't really. Andrew House is also somebody who used to work at Sony who also left. Andrew House was the person who basically signed up Kojima after he left Konami to make Death Stranding. He was instrumental in that deal. That was Andrew House's deal. Then Andrew House left. and now Sean Layden's left. So like they've basically lost a large chunk of their executive force. And this new guy that has been at the company for a while, has some dumb quotes out there, is now the head of Sony for PlayStation.
You make dumb quotes, you get to be the head of something.
Yeah, they've done a couple of Wired articles about the PS5 now.
Yep.
They did one that talked about like how like loading is basically going to be non-existent because it's going to use a solid state drive.
That's the one that showed the Spider-Man. That one.
I don't think they've showed it publicly.
That the like demo.
But that is like the thing they were going around with, showing people how quickly Spider-Man for PS4 loaded on the PS5, because it is supposed to be backwards compatible. I say supposed to be because that was the last thing we were told. But I think we were told that before this new guy became the head of PlayStation.
Now he's ripped
because
away
one
from
of his old quotes is, "No one cares about backwards compatibility,"
which is not true.
Which is not true.
Yeah.
Like if the PS5 is not backwards compatible with the PS4, if I cannot put a PS4 game in the PS5
and play it,
I am instantly just like, don't care.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of money spent on PlayStation 4 games.
Yeah, I will wait for...
Cannot play on it.
I will wait for Final Fantasy VII Part 2 or Final Fantasy VII Remake Remaster Part 1 for the PS5.
The Remix collection, all bundled into one.
Yes. Before I buy one. Right now, like if it's backwards compatible, I'm just going to buy it.
Yeah.
Day one. Day one. I don't care what comes out for it.
Because you've already got all the other games that you could play on it.
Yeah, totally.
And they're going to look better.
Totally. Well, and the other thing is, like, I don't have a Pro, and I want a Pro. But I say that as an excuse to get a PS5 when, like...
You could just go buy a Pro.
No, I know 6 weeks before Death Stranding comes out in like 6 weeks. 6 weeks before Death Stranding comes out, they announce a PS4 Pro Death Stranding.
Yes.
Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out.
It's going to get one.
6 weeks before that game comes out, tell me they're going to announce a Pro. So I'm going to be...
You're going to have a lot of money.
$400 in on a collector's edition. I'm going to be $400 in on a PS4 Pro. And I'm not going to get either of those things at midnight when that game comes out. So I'm going to sit there and buy a $60 digital version so I can play it at midnight.
Along with your collector's edition.
I'm going to spend $1,000 on this. I'm going to spend $1,000 to play a remake of a game that came out when I was in 6th grade.
And you're not even playing all of it.
Yeah! It's just the first 5 hours! But anyways, PlayStation 5 is called the PlayStation 5. They confirmed that.
Which, smart.
Number
your system. Don't do the Xbox thing.
No, do the... I want both of them. Just call it the PlayStation, the Xbox.
I really wish the Switch had just been called the Nintendo.
The Nintendo. Well, then the Xbox would have been called the Microsoft.
Yes.
But no, because it makes sense because we're moving more to a platform instead of generations. I totally think we will be more iterative like a phone from now on. They prove that there's interest in that with the S and the X and the Pro. So I think with everything going more and more digital, we just need to that kind of naming convention works better.
Yeah, it does. I wonder because iPad's already done it. It's just called
totally.
iPad.
Totally.
I wonder,
which is also. Go ahead, finish your thought.
I wonder how long it is until iPhone does that. Because right now there's still the iPhone 11, the 11 Pro, whatever. When is it just going to be the iPhone?
So for me, when you bring up that iPad example,
yes,
actually makes me think, actually, Daniel, you're totally wrong. They shouldn't do that. Because buying a new iPad right now is actually super confusing.
Yes.
Because they're no longer denoted like that.
Yeah, you still have your iPad Mini, and you have your iPad Pro.
But isn't there an iPad Air and iPad?
Yeah.
And
yeah, but you can go into a store and be like...
But you can go in the store and see two things that are just called iPad. And one of them is newer and better than the other.
Right. And you could walk in and be like, hey, I want an iPad. They're going to look at you like, okay, which one?
Yeah.
There's 5 of them. It's like, do you want the Pro? Do you want the...
Well, but I'm not even talking about like the ones that have an additional tag on them, like Air and Pro.
Yeah.
I'm talking just iPad. Isn't there multiple just iPads that are different SKUs now?
Yeah. Because there's this generation iPad. There's last generation
But
iPad.
they're not like numbered.
But no, they're just called iPad.
Okay.
Because like if you look at an iPad on like Amazon, and it will say like iPad current generation, and then you can look at the other ones and it's like iPad 4th generation.
Okay.
Because it's not iPad 1, iPad 2, iPad 3.
So maybe they do just keep the PS5, PS5 Pro thing going then.
Yeah.
I just think the PlayStation would be a cool...
Yeah. The PlayStation would be neat.
Yeah.
And like the Xbox.
Yeah. Like the Ohio State.
Yes. We're going to get sued for that one.
It's because I put the emphasis on the...
Yeah, that's true.
They talked about the controller. It looked like there was a microphone in it. I don't remember seeing... I didn't read the article all the way. But I don't remember seeing if they said anything if there's a touchpad as well. Because that's the other part of the backwards compatibility. All those PS4 games, not all of them because not all of them use it, but you'd have to have a touchpad. So either that controller also has that touchpad, or the controller is also backwards compatible.
Yeah.
Which other consoles have done that before. You can use last generation controllers. Like the Wii, you could use the Wii also works because you can use GameCube controllers. But what I was thinking about was the Wii U when you could use Wiimotes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. And then like the whole thing with haptic feedback that the controller has, like could that be on the touchpad?
So did you know that the Xbox One already has that?
Just from listening to someone talk about it.
Yeah, I had no idea that the Xbox One already has haptic feedback.
Yeah, it's like it already has that in the triggers. It's like, oh, really? Okay.
Well, I was talking to you about this. Like, is this just a way for them not to pay the Rumble troll anymore?
You no longer have Rumble anymore. No, it's haptic feedback.
It's a different patent, right?
Yeah.
So they might have their own patent for haptic feedback, so they don't have to pay. Because that was the thing with I don't know if you remember this, but PlayStation 3 when it first came out, it did not have Rumble.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They later released a DualShock controller for the PlayStation 3. But when it first came out, it just had the 6-axis, which had the motion controls in it. And it did not have Rumble, and like it was literally because they got in a fight with the person who owns that patent, and they didn't want to pay. They didn't want to pay for it, and it only took like
then that's exactly what this is.
It took less than a year for them. I think it took less than a year for them to like reverse course on that.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if like it's like necessarily like a technology upgrade, or because it is a technology upgrade. There's more things you can do with it, or if it's literally just like, hey, let's just quit paying that dude.
Yeah, let's not pay them, but let's come up with this other thing.
Yeah.
I even threw out the term like HD Rumble.
Yeah.
But like there's a difference. Like
I think haptic feedback's probably better.
Your phone has haptic feedback. Like if there's something on screen and you push it, it feels like it's a button.
Well, the example that's been going around is like the racing game Forza, where you can like feel like if you can actually like the triggers actually like feel like the tires kind of like as they're going on the road.
Yeah.
So it actually helps driving a lot in that.
Nice.
So that's kind of neat. Did you see the disc size?
100?
Yeah.
100 gig discs?
100 gig disc.
Yeah.
Discs.
We're gonna have big games.
So,
there's gonna be big games.
Okay. So the other part of this is the PC requirement for Modern Warfare, the new Modern Warfare game, is like 175 gigs. Like Red Dead's like 150.
Yeah.
Which I think it's like one of those things where like they require you to have that much space, but it doesn't actually take that much space. Which is something that's
a lot of space.
Something PlayStation 3 games did, because PlayStation 3 games did this dumbass thing where it downloads the game.
Yeah.
So it downloads like the 20 gig file, and then it has to install the 20 gig file.
Oh, yes.
So you actually have to have 40 gigs open when you download it.
Fantastic.
And I don't know if that's what they still do or not. But that was like on PlayStation 3 was like a really big pain in the ass.
That's dumb.
Because like some of those launch consoles were like 60 gigs.
Yeah.
Which is nothing now.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
Like I've got a terabyte on that Xbox One X, and I have to delete stuff all the time.
What's the one that you?
It's the one that so your house is 2.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why I haven't.
It's twice as much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like I had a bunch of stuff on that one.
Yeah.
And like now going back to a terabyte after going from a 2 terabyte in the S that I had, Like, I have to delete stuff all the time.
A terabyte is a lot of space.
Not anymore, man.
Not when games are 175 gigs.
So these games on PS5 are going to be 100 gigs. It's a 4K Blu-ray player as well, which, like, it should be because my Xbox One X already is. The Pro, the Pro should have been a 4K Blu-ray player, and it's not.
Yep.
But, like, these games are going to be 100 gigs, so you're going to install 100 gigs off that disc. You're still going to have to download stuff.
Yeah.
These games are going to be massive.
Yeah,
because they've already said, like, Red Dead came on 2 Blu-rays that you had to install for them and everything. And then also, Final Fantasy VII is going to be on 2 Blu-rays.
Jesus. Oh, these games are getting big.
Yeah. Big old boy games.
That's why it's going to be hard to ever, like, envision the all-digital revolution.
So I was listening to somebody and they were talking about they wanted to get into Destiny 2 that just got, and then I don't think we had this on the news.
Is it free to play?
But it just got, so yes, it is free to play, but also it was just released on Steam.
Okay.
So they have a data cap, and if they downloaded Destiny 2 from Steam right now, it is a 10th of their data cap.
Jeez.
So that is a 10th of their internet gone.
And they still have the rest of, like, the month or whatever to go.
Apparently, it's doing a lot better now. It has, like, 2-point-something million players all at one time playing. So
it's free now.
But yeah, I only bring it up because these files are, like, becoming a huge, like, say Modern Warfare gets some DLC out, and it actually does take up that 175.
Yeah.
That's almost a fifth of that person's data cap.
That's a lot. And then, I mean, like, that's Stadia's problem. The whole streaming thing is going to be whatever.
I mean, I already know how much internet I use just from streaming, like, Netflix and stuff. Like, it's only going to get worse.
Yep, absolutely.
But anyways, on to other stories, brighter stories, maybe a story that includes a new map. Apex Legends Season 3, Clay.
Yes.
Are you excited for Season 3?
Actually, yeah. The whole new map, I think.
Okay, so you got the Battle Pass already, right?
I have not.
I'll follow for that.
Battle Pass.
Way to steal a joke.
Yep. That's what we do here. We steal jokes.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Yeah, we did the first Battle Pass. We talked about it. It was underwhelming.
Disappointment.
I didn't do anything with the second. The new map coming into it probably has me excited more so than anything.
I was a little surprised that they basically got rid of the old map.
Like, it's just gone. Yeah.
Like they said they're gonna bring it back, and one of the new modes that they're gonna release is gonna actually be on the original map, which is something I'm excited about. Zombie mode, where it's like 40 people or 30 something people drop on the island, and then, like, as you die, you turn into a zombie. You can't use your specials anymore, but you go to try to kill the other people, and then they have to try to escape on a ship at the end.
Nice.
Which is kind of like what happens at the end of Titanfall 2 matches, or Titanfall matches in general. We played the original Titanfall on 360 for a little while. I mean, like 2 days.
It was good, though.
Yeah, we got our fill, though.
Yep, absolutely.
It's a good game.
Yep.
But that actually sounds really cool. They're going to bring singles back, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's not duos, but...
Is it... I saw where they were bringing it back, and it was at night on Kings Canyon. Is it just for the Halloween special? Or is it going to be back for good?
Oh, I think it was just at night for the Halloween special.
Oh. But still, solos.
But that was what they did when they did solos before. It was just a limited time event. So I don't know. The new map looks cool. It has a train.
Yeah.
Which makes me think of Coltrane.
So
that makes me excited.
Yeah. You can control the train.
Are you gonna play?
I will play. I wanna. We started playing on the PlayStation 4. I'm probably gonna start over on the Xbox.
The Xbox you have is a better.
Yes.
It's technically better than the PlayStation you have.
Yes, absolutely.
Technically, as in technology-wise.
Like, the PlayStation that I have is the Slim, which was just a Slim.
A base PS4. Because we both just have base PS4s, basically. Yeah. Whereas, like, now I have an X and you have an S.
I do have an S. Your S.
Yes.
But...
Have my S any day.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. I'll play it. I want to play it on Xbox, though. So I'll start over. No stats or anything, but whatever.
Yeah, I played a couple matches on Xbox. It ran really well on the S. I haven't touched it since the X, but I've got Season 3 downloaded, ready to go.
Nice. I need to download that.
So,
I mean, it's free, so why not? And it's amazing.
Yeah. Did you see the At Games Miss Pac-Man stuff?
I've read some about it.
So I'm not gonna.
Pretty crazy.
We're not gonna go real deep into this because we already talked about some other stuff and we've got some other news on here too. And this is kind of an older story at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But man, At Games is a mess.
How are they still a company?
I don't know. I wouldn't think they are going to be for very much longer. They're the ones that were going to make the Sega console, and even Sega was like, "No,
yeah, no, we got this."
You're literally bringing us. You're bringing Sega down.
When Sega tells you that you're bringing them down, you're doing something wrong.
Sega is like your Rebound video game company, and your Rebound girl just turned you down at games. But so they were trying to get some work with a Miss Pac-Man machine, and Namco was like, just chill out. This other company owns Miss Pac-Man. Because do you know the thing with Miss Pac-Man was it's basically a ROM hack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's also the better version of Pac-Man.
It is.
But so this other company technically had some rights to it.
Mm-hmm.
And Namco was trying to work it out, and At Games was just behind their backs trying to swoop in there.
Yeah.
So I guess it's up in the air now, but At Games will never. Namco will probably. Japanese companies do not play, and they will never get any Namco games again.
And they've probably shot themselves in the foot with other companies.
Totally.
Who will see this and be like, yeah, fuck that. We're not gonna mess with that.
Japanese companies do not mess around with that stuff, and they I think it's a lot. It's not as bad as it was back in the 90s, where you're this American company and you mess with one of them, you're out of this country.
Yeah.
But I think this will be the Miss Pac-Man wiki someday will have a segment on the death of At Games.
Miss Pac-Man killed At Games.
At Games will be a footnote on the Miss Pac-Man wiki.
Oh man.
But anyways, talking about death, Mario and Luigi. Clay, tell me about the brothers.
This is terrible.
It's sad. Terrible, but also
it makes me sad.
Yeah.
So was it AlphaDream? They are the team behind the Mario and Luigi RPG series that took over the good Paper Mario games. Sadly,
I don't understand what that means.
So Paper Mario came out. And was
sucks. the... Oh, wait, you mean the originals?
The originals.
Original 2 games, and there's all downhill from there.
The sequels to the amazing Super Nintendo game. And then Mario and Luigi swept in and became the RPG.
Oh, okay. So you mean they were making the good RPG games?
Yes.
Whereas the Paper Mario games strayed further and further from the light of God.
Yes. So, Superstar Saga was fantastic. Bowser's Inside Story, probably one of the best ones they did.
Yeah, except
that
game just killed them.
Except the 3DS version, which
came out this year,
should have absolutely been found some way to make its way to the Switch.
Yeah.
It would have been hard without the 2 screens, but they could have found some way to do it.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to play that, but I don't want to play it on my 3DS.
Yep.
Apparently
nobody
are
did.
in bankrupt. Yeah. They declared bankruptcy.
Yeah, well, and the big thing, I guess, was that the 3DS game earlier this year completely bombed. And the thing that I read said that basically that ended 3DS games. It was so bad that Nintendo canceled production or canceled every 3DS game that they had.
That's terrible. That sucks. Because that is an actual good game, but also, people are done with the 3DS.
So I guess I never realized that studio wasn't just, Nintendo.
Yeah.
So, there's still room in there for, Nintendo to be,
swoop in?
Yeah, Nintendo could totally be hey, yo, why don't you all just, come chill with us?
Yeah.
You keep making those games. Yeah. It's just, we won't make you make them for 3DS. That was...
Yeah, be you can make them for the Switch now.
That was real dumb.
Yeah, it was.
Did they make the crossover game? Do you know?
I don't know if they were... Let me look. If they were behind Paper Jam or not.
Was Paper Jam a good one?
Paper Jam was all right. It was the best Paper Mario game in quite a while.
Was it the best Paper Mario game and also the worst Mario and Luigi game?
Maybe. I enjoyed it, but also, I don't know. The Switch wasn't out yet. So I enjoyed it for that. So who made...
I dated this girl one time. We had a really good time, but it was literally because I had no other options. That's like what you just said.
That's what I said. Yes. So who made Paper Jam? AlphaDream. AlphaDream did do Paper Jam.
Okay. So they're dead.
So it got a 76 on Metacritic. Paper Jam did.
I don't care.
Is that game? Oh, that's GameStop, not GameSpot. Gave it a 4.6 out of 5.
Okay, GameStop grades stuff now.
Yeah. Great.
Walmart gave it a 5 out of 5, so
Yeah.
who cares?
They sold one copy. But yeah, that one was all right.
It came out in 2015.
Yep. But yeah, they're dead. Or they're going to die.
I hope Nintendo buys them.
It would be nice for those to keep going on the Switch. They were fun games.
What do you think is more likely? I guess there's 3 options. We never see another one of these games. Nintendo buys them and they make another one of these games. Mm-hmm. Or Nintendo doesn't buy them and they have somebody else make these games. Because are they the only people who have ever made those games?
Let's see. I'm pretty sure that they did. If they did Superstar Saga, then they're the only ones that have ever done it.
Ugh. The internet.
It's right here in front of me.
They
did with somebody else.
Vanpool, that's Ryan Reynolds' company, I think.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think I just made that up.
Oh, okay. I got it now. It took me a while. Japanese developer of... Okay, whatever.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, it does say Ryan Reynolds right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Neat.
He was created in a van. Down by the pool.
I don't think they'll buy them.
You don't think so?
I think they will just let somebody else make them. I don't know if they will look at this and be like, it's your fault that the game died or killed the 3DS, or if they'll look at it like, maybe we shouldn't have made them make this for 3DS.
So, oh man, I think it came out of the Pokemon stuff that Game Freak was basically like, we had no idea how hard it was going to be to switch from 3DS to Switch.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's also like that, where Nintendo's just like, yo, we loved you on like Game Boy Advance and 3DS and stuff, but you just can't handle the console life.
Yeah, see ya. You're out of here. That would suck.
Because like if Game Freak's saying they're struggling with it, then
this little company.
And because Game Freak just makes the same game.
Game Freak just makes Pokemon every year.
Yeah. So although they do have another game coming out in like a week.
They do.
Which we didn't talk about or add to the news, but what's it called? Like Little Town
Hero?
Little Town Hero?
Something.
So the thing that they were describing, and not to change the subject, but the thing they were describing that game was like, we wanted to make an RPG for people that have jobs. Because they're like, we like RPGs, but also we understand like they're kind of a time commitment.
Yes, they are.
So like I instantly went from like I don't really understand, I don't really not interested in that game to like, oh, an RPG,
I have a job.
An RPG that respects my time, huh?
Oh.
But anyways, yeah, like I wonder.
They were good games. I would love to see them keep going, but also I'd kind of like to see Paper Mario come back as an RPG game.
You mean Super Mario RPG 2?
I'd like to see that.
By Square? See, first they make Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Uh-huh.
And then...
Hey, look, another news story.
Gino's in it. Talking about Mario games, how about Mario on that phone? That's part of Apple Arcade, right? You just pay $5 and you get access to Mario Kart?
This is not true at all. You pay $5 a month to Nintendo
to play
Mario Kart.
To play the fastest mode against computer players?
Exactly. Because the fastest mode on there would be atrocious.
Well, but also because the matchmaking is not real, right?
That's what I've heard.
That's exactly the thing I saw. That like I don't know if it's true or not. And good thing I'm not a journalist because it's not my job.
Yeah.
But like the thing I saw was that like the matchmaking is literally just computers.
Yeah, that's what.
So you're gonna pay $5.
You're gonna pay $5 a month
to play this bad controlling Mario Kart game against computer players
with names and country flags to make you think that they are real people.
What if I told you?
And they rubber band.
What if I told you you could pay $20 for a year and play one of the top 3 Mario Karts anytime you want on your Nintendo Switch?
I'm in.
Okay. It's called Mario Kart
Okay.
for Super Nintendo.
Okay. Is this the deluxe
And
version?
it's part of the Switch.
It is part of the
SNES.
Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online.
Yes. Yes.
Such a good name.
Thank you for getting all that
Yes.
right. So Mario Kart's a joke.
Yeah, this one is like their worst, I would say, so far.
Yeah. I think
As
they're all
far as,
pretty
like, I mean, as far as like money grabbing.
Yeah.
Like Mario.
It's pretty insane that they can be worse than literal gotcha games.
This is true. Even though you do have to spend like money to do the gotcha pipe.
Oh, there's gotchas in
There's
this
a
game
gotcha
too?
in there. It's a pipe though. You pull the pipe down and it blasts somebody out.
So literally within days of each other, Apple launches Apple Arcade
For $4.99.
$4.99 a month, family share plan
Yes, with like 6 people.
that you can play. They said it's going to be 100 games within like
Yeah.
a month, right?
Yes.
That there'll be 100
There's
titles
a
on
ton
there.
on there. Yeah.
None of those games have microtransactions.
Correct.
None of them have like stuff that you have to pay extra for.
This is true.
$4.99 a month. First month on the house.
Yep. I'm a free month right now.
Literally days later, Mario Kart comes out.
Yes, it does.
You're racing against computer players.
Huh?
Microtransactions.
Bad touch controls.
Microtransactions. Microtransactions.
You got it.
Microtransactions.
We need an EMT over here.
Taste toast. We're in toast. Microtransactions.
Yes.
And on top of those microtransactions, a
monthly
$5 monthly subscription.
Yes.
Do you get like some gems or something as well?
You probably do, but I think they're called rubies because they can't just call them
rubies are a gem.
because they can't be called coins.
Why can't they be called coins?
I don't know. Coins are in the game. You earn the coins through races.
So, Tamagotchi Life.
Yes.
Dumb. Followed up by Super Mario Run. Limited demo, but $10, good to go.
Yep.
Everything's covered.
Yep.
We got you, fam.
Yep.
Fast forward to Mario Kart.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing now? Like,
Yeah. Yes.
My Tamagotchi, or whatever that thing was called, was the first one.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I just want to see what they all were.
Mitomo.
So you have...
It was based off Tamagotchi
Yes,
Life.
yes. So you have Mitomo.
Okay.
Super Mario Run.
$10 Super Mario Run, good to go.
Yes. And, like, it wasn't that good, but...
It was okay.
I gave it $10.
It was alright.
To never pay for anything else again.
It was okay.
I still have it on my phone.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Then you have Fire Emblem Heroes.
You know, it was okay. I'm not into it.
Yeah, people are still playing
okay.
it. Then you have Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, which people who aren't a fan of actual Animal Crossing seem to love.
It made me want to play real Animal Crossing, so that it had that going for it.
I personally know someone who still plays it every day.
I bought all of the first series of Animal Crossing collectible cards.
Nice.
After playing Pocket Camp.
You also know someone who still plays it every single day.
I do. We both know.
We know that
both
same
know
person.
somebody.
Dragalia Lost, which I've never played, but I have seen people playing it.
That's not a Metroid or Star Fox or Pikmin. I don't know what that is.
Correct. It's brand new.
No original properties. First party titles only.
Dr. Mario World.
Oh, okay. That was weird, but it was fun.
It was fine. It gets real money grabby the further you get into it.
Okay. Does it have a $5 monthly subscription?
It doesn't, but you know what it does? The very next one, Mario Kart.
Yeah, of course Pokemon Go's in there, but that's kind of its own thing.
Yeah, Pokemon Go.
Which also has microtransactions, but...
there's like Pokemon Quest, Shuffle, Magikarp Jump. Can't forget Magikarp Jump.
Alright. I'm done with Nintendo's mobile bull crap.
Pokemon Masters is out now.
Oh, no. That one's, like, messed up,
Yeah.
I think. Like, I think they said, like, that that one is, like, the first one that it's, like, the microtransactions are so severe that like people have like pushed against it and they're actually like redoing it.
Nice.
I think I saw something like that.
And then
I could
Pokemon
be
Sleep
lying.
comes out next year.
Okay, actually Pokemon Sleep, like you get to choose which Pokemon you sleep with.
Gardevoir.
Gardevoir, is that the
That's
big rose girl?
That's the one. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the Rose Girl or is that the giant like hammerhead shark?
Oh,
guy?
that's the Rose Girl.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Go to the next topic here, whichever one you want.
So
Look up her.
there's 2 games that are sequels that are going to come out next year. One in February, one in March.
Yes.
And right in the middle there is the best game that's going to come out next year.
Animal Crossing.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. Game of the Year 2020. But anyways, yeah, like Last of Us 2 had their announcement that they're going to come out in February, like literally a week before Final Fantasy VII, which is like...
I don't know. It's almost a death sentence.
No.
But also not.
Absolutely not. Not for Last of Us.
Last of Us.
That game will sell crazy.
Real good.
And Final Fantasy VII is also going to sell crazy.
Yeah.
The only thing, it's kind of like if Marvel was releasing 2 movies back to back like that, that they would like, cannibalize their own sales. Yeah. And like with Final Fantasy VII being, I know it's third party, it's still a timed PlayStation exclusive. You would think they wouldn't want to do that. They'd want to space that stuff out more.
Yeah.
Because then it's not a PlayStation game, but then after that, Doom has been delayed now.
Yes.
To March. So now you've got Last of Us, a week later Final Fantasy VII, and then a couple weeks after that you've got Doom, which also comes out the same day as Animal Crossing.
Nice. Doom and Animal Crossing competing against each other.
And then you've got Avengers in there somewhere too.
Nice. That's going to be fun.
Like the beginning of next year is wild.
Yeah.
And there's more stuff. Like those are just the ones that I'm saying off the top of my head.
Yep.
But Last of Us 2, do you have any desire to play that?
At some point when it is not $60
when the
anymore.
PS5 comes out and you can play it on a console that can actually run it.
Yeah, because my PS4's frame rate's probably gonna be real crappy.
Yeah.
But like, I liked that first one. I liked the story.
Did you have
more so
fun playing the first one?
I liked the story more so.
It was I would say it was a very rewarding game because of the challenge that so I played on, I don't remember what the difficulty was with the harder difficulty, probably hard.
We'll go with hard.
And it was difficult. It was very hard.
Yes.
But like, I don't know. Those characters were really well written.
Yeah. The story was great.
It's probably one of the better narrative focused games that's been released. Naughty Dog does excellent work. Their graphical stuff since then has just gotten bananas.
Yeah.
Like with, I don't like the series, but Uncharted 4 and Last Odyssey, Lost Legacy, whatever the other one was, are both absolutely gorgeous games. They played a little more with open world stuff in the Lost Legacy or whatever it was called.
Is that the spinoff from?
Yeah, it was originally going to be DLC, and they wound up turning into a spinoff because it wound up becoming a bigger project than they originally thought. So I think some of that is going to translate.
4.
Yeah, I heard so too. I think some of that will probably translate to Last of Us too.
Yep.
So I think we might see some larger open areas.
That's fine.
They showed Ellie riding on a horse.
Okay, cool.
So there's some horse stuff.
Great. Sounds fantastic. I'm in.
It's not a weird thing. Girls
What's
like
with
girls
you and
like,
horses?
Girls like horses.
What's with you and horses?
When I was a child,
Okay.
went to the stud farm.
Oh boy.
But yeah, God, like it is like occupying this like same space that Death Stranding right now is occupying for me. To where these are games that like are going to be these massive successes.
Yeah.
And I just don't. I'm gonna play both of them, and I just like cannot get excited for either of them because they're not gonna be like things that like are enjoyable.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm definitely looking forward to The Last of Us more than Death Stranding, because Death Stranding has just been like this little tease this entire time where I'm just to the point of like, just put the game out. It's like, just stop showing me all of this. Like, the more you show me, the less interested I am in this. This Last of Us 2 got me like, yeah, I'll play some more Last of Us.
Yeah.
I like the story.
Where like when you look at like Doom 2 getting delayed, like one, I'm totally fine because like the year's been crazy packed as it is.
Yeah.
And like also that is like a definite buy. Because that first one was amazing.
The first one was phenomenal.
Yeah. So those are both early next year now.
Yep.
There was only one other news story on here, and it's kind of like a heavier deal than some of the other stuff.
Yes.
The last couple of days have been kind of like an upheaval for Blizzard.
Oh boy.
So if you're not aware, Hong Kong currently is going through some real shit.
Yeah. Big shit.
They were trying to pass an extradition treaty with China that basically would allow China to say, hey, that person that's a pro-democracy protester in Hong Kong, we need to talk to him. And then what happens to you from there is...
Unknown,
because no one will ever see you again.
Pretty much.
So the people in Hong Kong decided to protest, which good on them.
They want democracy?
They want to keep democracy. Yeah. And it's gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. And people have... some of the police have started to shoot people. It's a really bad situation for all of the crap that we put up with here and all of the stuff we struggle with as a country. Mm-hmm. We're not shooting unarmed people in the streets.
This is true.
A Hearthstone tournament was going on, and the guy who won came out in support of the Hong Kong protesters.
Yep.
And Blizzard has banned him from the game.
Yes.
They took the money back that he won. Mm-hmm. And they also fired the 2 commentators who, when they told him, I think what I saw made it pretty easy to believe that they knew what he was going to say, because they were basically like, hey, here, say what you're going to say, and then they hid under the table. Yeah. Because they didn't want to be on camera. I believe they were in Taiwan. Okay. Which, according to China, is part of China, and according to America, is not part of China, and according to Taiwan, is not part of China. Okay. Which is another piece of contention with the Chinese government. So I think that's where they were, and I think that these people, that he is Taiwanese, the guy who did this, and he basically, I can't remember his exact words or anything, but it basically translated that he was in supporting the protesters. Yeah. He was wearing a mask, which was recently outlawed in Hong Kong because one of the things that the government is doing is trying to use facial recognition to identify the protesters so they can then arrest them. Yeah.
So they're wearing masks.
So they're wearing masks to do that. So they made it illegal to do that. So fantastic. Somebody was showing like, here's a makeup pattern that you can put on your face that breaks the facial transition.
And now makeup's going to be outlawed.
What's the word? Facial recognition software. Or like they've also been using like laser pointers to like blind police and blind the cameras and stuff like that. Or like not permanently blind.
Yes. But, yeah. You don't want to look at a laser.
It's like a really bad situation.
Oh, yeah.
And we are like super lucky not to live in that situation.
Yeah.
Blizzard is an American company. Mm-hmm. They're also a publicly owned company. Yes. And they by no means... You cannot expect a corporation to put... A publicly owned corporation to put anything in front of anything over profit. Yeah. China apparently makes up like 10 to 12% of their profits. Yeah. That was one of the big things with that Diablo game on mobile that the people asked if it was an April Fool's joke.
Oh, boy.
Was to break into more of the Chinese market. Yeah. There has since been some Hearthstone players that have decided they are no longer going to play the game. Yep. They're going to quit. There's been some...
People are supporting this guy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's some people that have been having their Blizzard accounts deleted, and then I saw where Blizzard is actually no longer deleting the accounts because there's been this rush for that. There was a small protest by some employees today that walked out.
Okay, good.
The NBA had a thing with China like literally days before this, where, God, do you know what was actually said?
No, like what he said, Hearthstone.
Yeah,
guy?
No, the Chinese, the NBA, the NBA guy. They originally like condemned the person with an NBA as well, and then they've actually retreated since then, like been like, actually, we're free speech. Yeah. because their American audience is still the bulk of their proceeds, which I think Blizzard is the same way.
Yeah.
Blizzard has now come out and said they're reassessing the situation. By the time you hear this, there will probably be more about it.
News, yeah.
It was just kind of like the biggest news story in a while. So it would be kind of, crazy not to talk about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can only speak for me, but I'm definitely on the side of the Hong Kong protesters.
I mean, yeah. So I had this Overwatch is coming to Switch.
Yeah.
Never played Overwatch. Always wanted to play Overwatch. Was going to buy Overwatch. No longer going to buy Overwatch. That's about all I can do.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing we can't
is to not give them money at this point, and I'm not going to give them money.
Yeah, like I can condemn Blizzard's actions all in here, and I do. I condemn Blizzard's actions. Like, I understand, like you have like a no political speech thing that you have to do something, but like this is way overstepping that. This is basically like cutting this person out for no reason other than to appease the Chinese government, which is good business for you in China. Yeah. And I think bad business for you here in America.
And like everywhere else right now.
Yeah.
Because everyone is supporting this guy. Yeah. And it's crap.
Yeah. I think it's horrible.
I don't play Hearthstone. If I did, I wouldn't be anymore.
I was not actively giving money to Blizzard.
No.
And if I was, I wouldn't be.
Yep.
The only thing we can really do to a publicly traded corporation like that is to vote with your wallet.
Yep.
And we can do that with any major issue like this that comes up. This is just one that was like very cut and paste, like very easy, black and white.
Yep.
That, like to so suddenly immediately be like, cut this guy out of everything because he supported people that are fighting for their lives is insane.
Yeah, it's crappy. Like I have this $40 that's going to go somewhere else now. And like that's all I can do.
Yeah. So I hope the protesters are safe, and I hope it works out for this guy. There was another card game that was like, yo, we will hook you up with that money. We're going to take this out of our...
Come over here and play our card game.
We're taking this out of our advertising budget.
Was it Clash Royale?
No, it was something I never heard of, like Gods United or something. And actually, like, not to go off on like a slight tangent, but like it's like apparently like a blockchain card game, and like you actually own the cards.
Okay.
So it's like it's electronic cards. You can actually sell your cards that you get.
Okay.
So I was like, that's kind of neat.
Nice.
Also, they didn't like bend over to China. So
hey, there you go.
Maybe that's okay.
Yeah.
In other news, Animal Crossing. Yay! But anyways, like it would be a disservice not to talk about that. Yeah. It's an actual news story that's actually important.
Yep.
In the gaming world, and there's not a lot of those. Yeah. Like being an entertainment focused industry, but this one actually is.
Sometimes stuff gets real.
So if you want to support that person, that Hearthstone player, or you want to support the Hong Kong protesters right now, the thing you can do is vote with your wallet.
Yep. Don't give Blizzard any money.
That's it for news.
Yep.
We're gonna take a break.
What a note to go off on.
Yeah. That's it for news. That's it for that downer. We're taking a break.
It's not news time anymore.
Be right back with a short, quick question segment. Yes.